Hi, it's Guy from Nub Music. Just about to meet Ben McKelvey, who's just come off the stage at the Salisbury City Hall gig venue, supporting Mike and the Mechanics. Let's go and meet him. Meeting Ben McKelvey up straight off the stage after his gig at the City Hall supporting Mike and Mechanics. It's the 31st of a 32-day
That's right.
tour.
Yeah.
So just coming to the end of it. How's it been?
Oh, it's been amazing. I think
Yeah.
it's been the best kind of musical adventure I've ever had the privilege of doing. I mean, not only kind of opening up the stage every night for such an amazing band, there's such a nice bunch of guys, but the shows have been great. All the crew are brilliant, and of course the audiences have been very welcoming as well. It's been full house every time I've gone on stage as well, which is quite rare for a support act as well.
Yeah.
So they've kind of made the effort to promote me around, and yeah, it's been brilliant. Loved it.
Yeah, it was good seeing like almost the state, the area full of audience, even for the support act.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that doesn't often happen, does it?
No, as I mentioned on stage, I've played many gigs where there's been no one there, so it's quite nice walking out in front of a big group of people.
No, cool. You were saying your album features a sort of full band sound. Have you ever thought of getting a band together and touring with?
I've done some tours with various musicians. It all comes down to usually their schedule rather than mine, because I can kind of just go and jump and do anything, and I could go on another tour in a couple of days if I wanted to.
Yeah.
Although I could do with a couple of days off, I must admit. But yeah, I think it'd be one of those things that may or may not develop. And at the moment, I'm really comfortable just me and a guitar on stage, and happy doing it like that. And that seems to be working actually even better than it did before. So, which is a lot easier. But we'll see.
A lot less hassle, isn't it?
It is.
In some ways, you can just pick up the guitar.
Yeah, and you can just jump on tour and go on stage on your own. I mean, it'd be different if I was headlining. I think there'd be a more full sound, and something I'll come back to, I'm sure. But at the moment, it's just me.
Yeah, cool. Your new EP's out tomorrow?
Friday.
Friday.
Yeah, I think that's right. 31st, whatever that is.
Oh yeah. Gone for the road.
One for the road.
One for the road.
One for the road. Yeah.
Can you tell us a bit about it?
Yeah, sure. Well, so basically, I'm just about to the end of this tour is basically finishing touring my debut album. So we've done 13 months of touring it.
Wow.
So we toured. I supported like Wet 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 on their arena tour for 5 weeks, I think. I can't remember, 4 weeks. And then toured with the Overtones as well. Did a couple of gigs through the summer, and then done a 32-day tour with Mike and Mechanics, which has been incredible. And there was talk amongst a few people whether to do a deluxe version of the album once the touring has stopped, just to give something to people before the second album. We're not quite sure when that's going to be out yet. But I kind of didn't really like the idea of it, because I thought, people are going to have to buy the same album again for an extra 2 tracks.
Yeah.
And I really hate when bands do that, because I'm like, I don't want to go and do that. So what I thought I'd do is almost do like a follow-on EP.
Right. Cool.
So I had 2 songs that I wrote just after the album that I wanted to put on the album. So I was like, they would have really suited that. And then I did an acoustic version of a song called Only Here Once. And then we had some really good live tracks.
That's a good one, actually. That went down really well.
Yeah, so, it's a 5-track EP. And it's, One for the Road. It's just like to wrap up the album, basically. And I thought that was a bit cooler, a bit more special for people to actually collect something like that as well.
Yeah, no, that's a nice thought behind that as well.
Yeah. And as I said, I will record the second album this year. And I'm starting pre-production on that 3 days after the tour, so I'm pretty much straight back into that. But when and how it'd be released and all kind of stuff is still all up in the air, because it depends on touring schedules. So I wanted to give people something. I haven't done a release for a year, so I wanted to give people something to keep them going while I'm doing album number 2, basically.
Yeah, well, hopefully it'll do as well as it's pretty good story you said about in between James Bay and Ed Sheeran.
I think it was Ed Sheeran and James Bug. Or James Bay, I can't remember.
Oh yeah, James Bay's the film director.
I've got a screenshot on my phone somewhere, but no, Michael Bay is the
Michael
film director.
Bay.
James Bay is
no, that's right.
James Bay is good. His album's very good. But yeah, that was quite a surreal moment.
Yeah,
I didn't even know how to get it in the charts. I didn't even know that was going to happen.
That's brilliant.
My producer called me up when we were on tour, and I was in Birmingham. I had a load of missed calls when I woke up, and we were playing. The album came out that morning, and we were about to go and play Birmingham Arena, and I had all these missed calls. He's like, your album's in the charts. How the hell did that happen? I don't know how that works, but somehow it did.
No, it was brilliant.
Yeah.
That last track that you played had a bit of, to me, it sounded a bit like there's a bit of That's Entertainment, Wellery sound. Well, I just wondered what sort of like artists or musicians you're into.
I'm a massive Jam fan, massive Paul Weller fan in general. The Jam were a massive influence when I first started writing songs, and that is it's definitely the oldest in the set and one of my first ever songs. It was the first time I ever played live in a pub. Stay Young, and massive. Mainly lyric influenced by the Jam. I think Weller's just his way with words is it's amazing. You said That's Entertainment. It's just a very well written song. So the Jam are a big influence. Big influence.
I'm with you on that. I saw from the Jam here. Have you seen them?
Yeah, I've seen them a couple of times.
It's brilliant.
I've seen them a few times.
Just hearing that guitar sound, it's like, wow.
Yeah, no, they are very good.
Just two more questions.
That's right,
on your Facebook page, it says your interests are music and fitness.
Yeah.
So what sort of, what do you do, like running, water polo?
A bit of everything, usually weights. I'm usually kind of up at sunrise, so up about 5:30, 6 in the morning. Train for an hour or an hour and a half, and then work on the label, work on music stuff, even on tour, which is a lot harder because you're getting in a lot later. Sometimes you're getting in at 2, 3 in the morning.
Blimey, but you still back up at 5.
Still up at 6, sunrise usually, and then train, and then I have a portable gym on tour that I train, that I bring to the hotels and stuff like that. Cool. And for me, it's just like a massive stress relief thing. I kind of got into it when I wasn't really getting anywhere, and it was a bit of a way to take out frustration. But I found that because I was getting up and I really enjoyed training, obviously, and then I found that kind of really set me up for the day. So now I was in like a really positive mood, and I could kind of get a lot of stuff done that I probably wouldn't have bothered getting done. And I think I got ahead of the game a little bit. So I keep that. I keep doing that.
Probably helps, like, because it's quite a sort of physical sort of job in a way, isn't it? So it just keeps you sort of going and probably stops you getting ill.
Do you know what it does? I've looked at the last couple of tours. I've looked after myself a lot more than I did when I first started touring. I'm not going out boozing till 7 in the morning, and then wondering why I don't have a voice on stage and wondering why I don't feel very well. So no, I'm pretty good on tour nowadays because I'm a bit more professional than I used to be.
Oh, cool. Last question. Right, you've got a gun at your head, and you've got to choose one song before it all goes black.
Okay.
What are you gonna choose?
Depending on how I'm getting buried, probably going underground.
That's quite apt.
That probably have to be the answer.
No, brilliant to meet you. Thank you for the interview.
Very much. Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you very much.